Hello, my name is Shasta Friend, and in this video, I would like to address special education prior to 1970, as well as 1970s, to the current date. Some cases that I have helped give parental rights to special education cases, and resources that I will be using moving forward to stay up to date with current legal trends in special education. In the beginning of education in the United States of America, children with disabilities were not included in public education. These students with disabilities were expected to gain their education from their family or in a segregated setting. The start of the change for special education in public schools started in 1954, when a legal case called Brown versus the Board of Education, in which was a case to allow public education to be available for all children, not based on race or disability restrictions. The goal of this case is to request the rights of children to education with equal terms, no matter their race, as well as other cases with implications of these rights of children with disabilities. The efforts that were made from this case initiated a grant in 1966 named PUB, in which in 1975 became Education for All Handicapped Children Act, was then passed, and this later became what is known as Individual with Disability Action Act. Now, I have chosen two court cases that to me represent parent and student educational rights. The first court case that I gave is Individual with Disability Education Act. This is IDEA. This court case ended and passed in law in 1975. It was reauthorized 2 additional times since then, once in 1997 and again in 2004. This case passed into law was to protect the rights of children with disabilities with the assurance that they would receive a free and appropriate public education, FAPE. To further show how this is to provide adequate protection of the parents' rights and the rights of the children with disabilities, the schools have a whole process that they must follow for these services to be awarded and for them to receive special education services. Once a child is qualified, then a team must gather and create an individual education plan, an IEP. This team consists of at least one parent, the student, one special education teacher, one regular education teacher, and a representative of the public education agency, as well as a person to explain any of the evaluations that were done on the child. This is a plan to create a plan of education with goals and the needs of the student on an individual basis. It will also outline what is expected in the regular classroom as well as in a special education classroom. The purpose of IDEA is to give children with disabilities and their parents the ability to safeguard and ensure the right to meaningfully participate in the decisions of their education. The next case that I chose was the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. This act gives parents rights with respect to their children's education records, in which then, when the child turns 18, these rights will get transferred to the student. This seems basic, but there is more to it than that. For instance, the parent or the student have the right to inspect or review records maintained by the school, as well as they can also request the records that they feel to be inaccurate or misleading to be corrected. There are a few ways that I plan to stay up to date with our current legal trends. The first one that I choose to do is I will use the Washington Education website, as they stay up to date with all the legislations passed currently and in the past. I will also look to the Clarkson School District website, as this offers the board meeting agenda, and minutes. This will help me know what I need to know about any changes to the district. The next place that I will turn to is the local news, as this is a great way to learn what the governor of our state is working on and when those changes will take place. I want to thank you for listening to my video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.